Mike Patullo is the senior head lead engineer at Walbro carburetors. He just sent me a little while ago a bunch of these carb kits. The part number is a K3-WYTA. It is a spiral metering diaphragm kit. It's brand new technology. They claim it's supposed to be the last metering diaphragm you will ever put on your Walbro carburetor. It fits over 500 different models of Walbro carburetors that you might find on your small engine equipment. We are going to install one today on this Husqvarna hedge trimmer. It's a 123 HD60. Mike didn't even ask me to do a video on this in return for the free carb kits, but guess what? We're going to do it anyway. Hey guys, welcome back to Steve's Small Engine Saloon again. Thanks for coming back. This is so cool. You guys are going to love this. This is a huge upgrade or an update to your Walbro carburetor. By the way, there's my website right there, stevesmallenginesaloon.com. Check my website out after this video if you like. Most of these Walbro carburetors on these things have a low speed and a high speed adjusting screw on them. If you guys want to know what I'm talking about right there, I do have a video already that's called Hidden Adjusting Screws on these if you want to see where they are and how you adjust those properly. Got a little link up here in the information button for you, as well as at the end of this video. I got some clickable thumbnails there for you too. I'll put that in there. I've tried adjusting the low speed screw because that's all that's on here. Done everything I can think of to do to this without taking the carburetor off yet. It still doesn't run right. We're going to flash this thing up right now so you guys can see this. If you guys don't have a ventilation system in your shop, take it outside to do this. My ventilation system is going full speed right now. Here we go. Absolutely unusable, useless. It won't rev up and stay running. Depending on what kind of a unit you have with a Walbro carburetor on it, this one right here, for instance, it's super easy to take that carburetor off. Some units that you have that have a Walbro carburetor on it takes way more time to take that carburetor off. So because of that, this is going to take you anywhere in between 1 beer and 2 beers to do this job. We're going to take the carburetor off right now, so we just have that in our hand. We're not going to discuss about how to take the carburetor off because there's hundreds of different ways to do that on different equipment. I have that carburetor on my hand. Fast forward, let's do it. And there you have it right there. There's your typical Walbro cube style carburetor from a 2-cycle or a 2-stroke engine right there. We're going to open this thing up and see what we got going on in there. Number 2 Phillips screwdriver, 4 screws. Let's open that up and have a look in here. Okay, we got all those screws out now. We pull that off right there with the 4 screws in it, and we put that aside. Now the next layer that you pull off right here is going to show your old metering diaphragm. There it is right there. This is actually not bad. It's not perfect, this one, by any means, but it's kind of stiff. It's a little bit stiff. Check this metering diaphragm out. This is out of a Walbro carburetor also, not out of this carb, but just so I can show you guys a little bit more clearly here. You hear how hard and crunchy that thing is? That thing is absolutely deteriorated from today's fuel. Today's fuel sucks. That's what's making these rubber-coated diaphragms do that. It's not working properly anymore. That is why Walbro came out with their spiral diaphragm kit, so that is never going to happen to you again. Let's open one of these things up and see what's in this diaphragm kit. So you got a little instruction sheet right here folded up. You have the diaphragm kit itself right there in a separate little package right there. And then they also give you this little gauge right here. This is really cool, you guys. We're going to use that in a second. And then they also, the other thing that's in this is another metering lever right there. We're going to use all 4 of those things to do this today. This little kit right here is not meant to be taken apart when you install it. I'm going to show you how to do it properly right out of the kit, but you know what? You're not supposed to take this apart. Guess what? I'm going to take it apart anyways because I want you to see what's in there. You have 2 gaskets, these white gaskets right here. They're the same gasket, so you can't get those mixed up. One goes on the very bottom and one goes on the very top. The other ones right here in between are this little cool little spiral diaphragm thing. Look at how that works. It's a stainless steel spiral diaphragm that is absolutely 100% impervious to fuel conditions nowadays. That thing will never rust out and never get bad on you again. The part that's sandwiched to that is this little membrane right here. It's a clear plastic membrane that goes on top of that. So you put those 2 pieces together right there, and that is the same thing as the old school diaphragm right there with the black rubber coated one right there. So now that we've just ripped that whole thing apart right there, we're going to do this right from scratch again. We're going to open up a brand new kit, unopened, and we're going to do this exactly like the manufacturer says to do it. Open up one here that's never been opened before and dump that all out. Here we go. First off, this little lever that we have to put in here. This is pretty simple to do. This is actually the hardest thing to do on this because it kind of confuses some people. I'm going to try to show you as best as I can with some close-ups here. We have to remove this old lever right here. Some of these Walbros are a number 2 Phillips screwdriver to get that lever out of there, and some of them are a number 1. This one's a number 1. It's a small little Phillips screwdriver. And make sure you don't drop that because it's a tiny little screw. There it is. Now, we reuse everything in there except for this little lever right here. Try to leave the spring and the needle in there. Then you got your pin going through that lever right there. Take that pin out, put that old lever aside, and now we got to put that pin through the new lever like that. And you see the difference between that? The lever comes way up top a little bit better. Got to set that right on the spring like that. Hook that underneath the needle like that. Hold that down and then get that screw back in there. Guys, don't over tighten this little tiny screw. It's got tiny little threads on it. Just nice and snug. There's no torque setting for that. Now, we got the new lever in there. We have to adjust the height of that lever now. That's what this little thing is for right here. You can use this gauge, by the way, on all your Walbros, but it's the same one actually that they used to put out, but now they've included the spiral right here. It's just this tiny little indentation right here. So you put that across your carburetor like this, and you want the top of that lever right there to just touch like that. You know what? This is actually perfect already. You might not actually need to adjust this when you do it. That actually worked out perfectly. But if you do need to do this, you just take a little flat screwdriver like this, and you could just pry up or down on that thing to make it the right height. Let's cut that new one open. There it is. This is the one that I have not opened yet. You guys, this is out of a brand new kit. You can clearly see that says top on it right there. You can only put this one way, just like that. You just pop that right on there. Then you put that primer body back on top like that. And again, on these things, it's obvious where it goes. You put the purge bulb plate back on there with your 4 screws. Get those down there. And right in the instructions, it says just put those in there. Turn them in 1 turn. Just start the screws. That's all they're saying is start those screws so that little kit that we just put in there can't shift around and move in there. Take that paper clip off, and then that little cardboard sleeve just slides right out the other side like that, and it's done. Tighten up those screws. I always go in a cross section, kind of like almost like putting a tire on a car. You don't just go around and around and around like that, or a head gasket or something like that you're putting on. Go crossways, like this. There you go. That is actually done. Just like the instructions say, just like Walbro tells you how to do it. That is that is an upgraded Walbro carburetor for your 2-cycle, 2-stroke engine now. Now we got to put it back on. Fast forward. Okay guys, just got our old button back up again. Let's see what happens now. On off switch, primer bulb, choke. Awesome. That is night and day before we put the carb kit on and now after that. That is awesome, you guys. This video took a little long, I know. Guys, I'd sure appreciate a thumbs up on that one. A little something for the effort, you know what I mean? That took me about almost a half a beer. Put some comments down underneath this channel. Share this with your friends. Subscribe to my channel. Till the next time, guys. I hope that helped. Maybe save you some money. Upgrade your Walbro carb kit. Steve out.